Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy GZTV. We're here late night. It is almost 1 o'clock. I need to get to bed soon. But before I do that, we're here to talk basketball. We're here Friday, January 3rd again. Every single day there's basketball on. We're going to talk about it every single day. We have a couple of games I want to get into. We're going to get into the Hornets Pistons. We're going to get into Magic Raptors. We're going to get into Spurs Nuggets. And then we're going to get into Grizzlies Kings, there's some pretty good games on tonight. And obviously, there's some popular matchups. I'm not going to talk about Knicks Thunder just to save time. I know that's a good game, and those are two of like the hottest teams in the league. But, and again, I'm nasally. I'm sure if you guys have tuned into the streams recently, you know this. Well, let's get into the first game, Hornets Pistons. Tobias Harris scores 24 points, and the Pistons hold off the Hornets. They win by 4. Pretty good game for Tobias. One of the better games I've seen him play for the Pistons in a while. Great rebounding, great scoring. He played well. This is their 5th win in 6 games. Pistons are starting to try to get over to that 500 hump, so wins like this are massive. And Tobias Harris being the vet, going out there having a good game, knowing what it takes, playing on a Sixers team that was a winning organization, he knows what it takes. So it's pretty awesome to see there. Isaiah Stewart, crazy block. Defense turned to offense for the Pistons all night. TJ Salon had a nasty, almost highlight. That would have been fucking crazy if that happened. I look fucking rough. I'm sick. You guys should be able to fucking tell that. But pretty good game here against two young teams. Nick Richards was making it tough with some tough ones. Miles Bridges was getting to the rim and throwing it down. But just kind of looking at things. Miles Bridges is really all they have at this point. He put up 20 points, but that's really about it. No LaMelo. So again, you have guys like Micic in the game. Again, Tidjane Salon, Cody Martin, Nick Richards, Simpson. They have guys off the bench that can kind of fill in for Micic. I don't know why they start Micic. It's cool, he's been in the league longer and he's a vet, and you kind of need that in your starting lineup. I don't know. Sorry, holy fuck. Looking at the Pistons, though, you get 24 points and 10 rebounds for Tobias Harris off of 80% three-point shooting, and then you get Jalen Duren, 10 points, 14 rebounds, and something I don't hear a lot of people talk about. It's kind of OP that the Pistons have Isaiah Stewart and Jalen Duren. I know they're not like the most incredible all-star level players, but those are really good bigs to have in your team. So, moving on to the Magic and the Raptors. Magic are just figuring it out. They're finding out how to win games without Paolo and Franz, and it's been fun to watch. A shout out to Tristan da Silva after an off game, scores a career-high 25 points. The Magic overcome the loss of Jalen Suggs to beat the Raptors by 9. I kind of saw what happened. Not R.I.P., but R.I.P. to his season for a little bit, I guess. Prayers up for Jalen Suggs. He's a great hustle player, gets on the floor, plays defense, somewhat crafty offensively, but... yeah, great game for Tristan da Silva. Probably the best game out of his young career so far. And, yeah, back spasms from Jalen Suggs. Hopefully he'll be back, and that doesn't sound super serious. We'll have to see what happens there. Obviously, the Raptors are struggling. They're kind of just going to tank at this point. We're kind of getting at that point in the year. Once we get to, halfway, teams are going to figure out if they should tank or not. But Jonathan Isaac, great defense. We've known him to be a great defensive player for a decent amount of time. This is a good defensive team. Jakob Poeltl was hitting some tough shots, though. Pretty decent game here. Yeah, Jalen Suggs had to exit on a wheelchair. That's no joke. When you hurt your back, you can't fucking walk. It's kind of crazy. Jonathan Isaac, doing it on both sides of the ball. Swatting shots and hitting tough ones on offense. So looking at the Magic, 25 points for Tristan da Silva. You get Goga Batazde going 11 points, 13 rebounds, and they just pieced it together. It wasn't necessarily an impressive win, but they did it as a team. They overcame some stuff. Guys came off the bench and played pretty good. You look at the Raptors, you get 20 points out of Scotty Barnes off of 50% three-point shooting. 25 points for Jakob Poeltl, who shot 11 for 12. That was really dope. 11 points, 11 assists for Emmanuel Quickley. Not the greatest shooting splits, but he used, passing to his advantage. Kind of an off game for Grady Dick, and they really don't have anybody else on the bench other than that. There's really not much to say. Not a great game for Grady Dick, especially for some of the games we've seen from him in his sophomore year. He's had a pretty solid one so far. But last two games, let's get into Spurs Nuggets first. Victor Wembanyama denies Nikola Jokic in the closing seconds. The Spurs beat the Nuggets. They win by 3. These are just great plays. These are great plays made by great players. Awesome stuff from Victor Wembanyama, taking initiative, using his length. and getting it done. Victor Wembanyama stole Nikola Jokic's pass with 4 seconds left. Like, literally went up, denied it, and got it. Like, that was awesome. Again, you're not doing that unless you're as tall as Wemby. So it's awesome. Jokic, costly turnover. Well, what can he really do there? You know, Wemby just towers over everyone, literally. And again, he uses it to his advantage. You know, we've seen guys like Taco Fall in the NBA not use that to their advantage. So there you go. Stunning the Nuggets. This is a pretty stunning win. Wembanyama, great scoring night for him. Just a fun game overall. Devin Vassell was being aggressive and getting to the rim. Love to see that. Vassell played pretty good. But Wembanyama, dude, against Jokic, one of the best scorers and rebounders in the league. You get Wembanyama 35 points, 18 rebounds. You shoot 67% overall. Again, people are doubting this guy and talking shit, but my fucking God, Wembanyama is a special basketball player. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, it's not up for debate anymore. Great game, though. I mean, 22 points, though, for Michael Porter Jr., who shot 60%, 41 points and 18 rebounds. I mean, Jokic can't do much more. He shot 30% from 3. You have Russell Westbrook in the starting lineup. Honestly, they could start experimenting and maybe try out a Julian Strawther. I know Russell Westbrook is a little more experienced, and he knows how to be on a starting lineup and start a game out, but not the greatest game for Russ. I mean, not bad, but not the greatest, you know, especially when you compare him to the other starters and kind of the winning standard that we have seen from the Nuggets. They did win that finals against the Heat, so, like, they're kind of developing a winning standard as an organization. But moving on to Grizzlies-Kings, without Ja Morant, I mean, I'm super impressed with how the Grizzlies have been playing. You know, Malik Monk, though, he scores 31 points in the Sacramento Kings' 5-point win over the Grizzlies. Malik Monk and DeMar DeRozan working together very well offensively, both having really good scoring nights. We know those guys to be scorers. So there you go. Obviously, late in the game, things got kind of chippy. It is what it is. You know, fun game, though. Dope game. You know, DeMar DeRozan getting up, throwing it down. I think I don't even know. Someone got dunked on the fucking Grizzlies. I don't know who. Domantas Sabonis being aggressive and getting to the rim. Jaren Jackson Jr. was making it tough for them, you know, throughout the game. Jaren Jackson Jr., really good game. I don't know, dude. I don't know what's going on. The Grizzlies actually played a hell of a basketball game. Sorry. Grizzlies played a hell of a basketball game. I mean, I don't know. 28 points for Jaren Jackson Jr. He shot 33% from 3. 30 points for Jalen Wells, one of the best and kind of one of the more underrated rookies in this class. The guy shot 8 for 9 from 3. This guy's a rookie. 22 points for Desmond Bane, shooting 50%. I mean, you can look at the bench and say, hey, maybe like John Concar didn't play the best and he wasn't doing much offensively. But I think they played just about as good as you can without Ja Morant. Obviously, a good game from the Kings. They won the game. You get 17 points, 10 rebounds for Domantas Sabonis off of 50% three-point shooting. 29 points for DeMar DeRozan, 23 points for De'Aaron Fox, 31 points for Malik Monk, who shot 50% from 3, 55% overall. It's been really fun, by the way, to see De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk in that starting lineup, especially if you know their history in Kentucky and stuff. That's been really fun to watch. They have a fun starting lineup for sure. It's small ball, but it gets the fucking job done. They have DeMar DeRozan playing the 4. It's kind of wild. You know, but, excuse me, looking forward to tomorrow. Are there really any good games? I don't know. I'm not looking forward to really any of these. Nuggets play the Spurs again. The Grizzlies play the Warriors. I guess you get Hawks Clippers down the line. So those should be fun games. I'm just going to call it. I got to go to bed, boys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I promise you a Deadpool 2 video. And I hope that a Deadpool and